When we think of plants, we picture roots anchored in soil, drawing up water and nutrients. Soil is the foundation of most plant life, a complex world teeming with organisms that help plants grow. It's easy to take for granted just how much life depends on this thin layer covering our planet. For most plants, soil is home, a source of stability and sustenance. It provides not only water and minerals, but also a safe place for roots to spread, anchoring plants against wind and weather. In gardens, forests, and fields, soil is the silent partner in every green success story. But nature is full of surprises. Not all plants follow the rules we expect. Some have found ways to survive in places where soil is scarce or even non-existent, rewriting the script of what it means to be a plant. In hidden corners of the world, some plants have abandoned soil entirely. These pioneers have evolved to thrive in environments that seem impossible for plant life. These remarkable organisms live suspended in the air, clinging to trees or rocks, thriving without ever touching the ground. They make their homes on the surfaces of other plants or stones, high above the forest floor. Imagine a life spent high on a tree branch or gripping a sheer cliff, exposed to wind and rain. These plants endure harsh sunlight, shifting temperatures, and the constant challenge of finding enough water and nutrients. These are the air plants, epiphytes, masters of adaptation. They come in many shapes and sizes, from delicate orchids to spiky bromeliads, each uniquely suited to their lofty homes. They survive by drawing water and nutrients from the air and rain, not the earth. Their leaves are specially designed to capture moisture and dust, turning every drop and particle into life-sustaining fuel. Their world is a secret kingdom above our heads, a testament to life's ingenuity. In the treetops, they create miniature ecosystems, providing shelter and food for insects, birds, and even small mammals. Join us as we explore how these plants flourish without soil, and the vital roles they play in their ecosystems. Their presence shapes the rainforest canopy, influencing everything from water cycles to animal behavior. Let's step into the world of plants that live on thin air, and discover the extraordinary strategies they use to survive and thrive where few others can. Epiphytes, literally upon plants, grow on other plants for support, not as parasites, but as clever tenants. They've evolved this lifestyle to escape the crowded, shaded forest floor and reach the sunlight above. Epiphytes come from many plant families: ferns, mosses, orchids, bromeliads, and more. Their roots act as anchors, gripping bark or rock, sometimes even photosynthesizing. Without soil, they must capture water from rain, mist, and humidity, and scavenge nutrients from debris and dust. Each adaptation is a lesson in resourcefulness. Their existence is a masterclass in making the most of what little is available. Epiphytes show us that survival is about innovation. Epiphytes thrive in the warm, humid rainforests of the tropics, where the air is thick with moisture and the canopy stretches high above the forest floor. These lush environments provide the perfect conditions for epiphytes to flourish, as the constant humidity and frequent rainfall ensure they never lack for water. Here, moisture and support are abundant, allowing these remarkable plants to anchor themselves on branches, trunks, and even leaves high above the ground. The dense foliage creates a living tapestry, with every available surface offering a home for these unique species. In these forests, every surface is alive. Tree trunks, branches, and even rocks are covered in mosses, ferns, orchids, and bromeliads. The diversity is astonishing, with hundreds of species often sharing a single tree, each adapted to its own tiny patch of habitat. But epiphytes aren't limited to rainforests. They can be found in drier forests, deserts, and even on city rooftops and telephone wires. Some species have evolved to survive in arid environments, drawing moisture from fog, dew, or even the air itself. Each species chooses its microhabitat carefully. Some prefer the cool, deep shade of the inner canopy, while others thrive on the sunlit outer branches, exposed to wind and light. This careful selection allows many different epiphytes to coexist in close quarters. A single tree can host dozens of epiphyte species, each occupying its own niche. Some cling tightly to the bark, while others dangle from branches or nestle in the crooks where water collects after rain. Epiphytes are pioneers, often the first to colonize new or disturbed areas. When a tree falls or a branch is exposed, epiphytes quickly take root, beginning the process of ecological succession. They trap dust and organic matter, slowly creating the first hints of soil. Over time, this buildup provides a foothold for other plants and even small animals, turning bare surfaces into miniature ecosystems. Over time, their presence transforms barren surfaces into habitats for other plants. What was once a lifeless branch becomes a thriving community, teeming with life and color. These plants are true ecosystem builders, supporting insects, birds, and even mammals that rely on the microhabitats they create. Their ability to colonize almost anywhere makes them vital to the spread of life. From remote forests to bustling cities, epiphytes are nature's great adapters, thriving wherever they find a foothold. Epiphytes are nature's architects in the sky, weaving living bridges between earth and air, and reminding us of the resilience and creativity of life itself. Without soil to anchor them or provide nutrients, water is a constant challenge for epiphytes. Unlike most plants, they can't rely on roots to draw moisture from the ground. Instead, they must be resourceful, adapting to a life spent clinging to branches high above the forest floor. To survive, epiphytes have evolved ingenious ways to capture rain as it runs down branches. Many species have leaves shaped like funnels or cups, channeling precious water directly to their centers, where it can be stored for later use. This adaptation helps them make the most of every rainfall, no matter how brief. In the humid embrace of the rainforest, epiphytes also take advantage of mist and dew. Their leaves are covered in specialized structures called trichomes, tiny scale-like hairs that act like sponges, soaking up moisture from the air. This allows them to drink even when rain is scarce, drawing sustenance from the ever-present humidity. But water is only half the story. For nutrients, epiphytes depend on canopy soil, a rich, ever-changing mix of decaying leaves, bark, animal droppings, and dust that collects on branches. This organic debris forms a thin layer of life-giving material high above the ground. Their roots, though often small and wiry, grow into this debris, absorbing nutrients as it slowly breaks down. Some epiphytes even form partnerships with fungi, further boosting their ability to extract nourishment from their challenging environment. Some, like bromeliads, take things a step further. Their leaves form tanks that trap rainwater and organic matter, creating tiny reservoirs. These tanks not only provide water for the plant, but also collect fallen leaves, insect remains, and other nutrients. Over time, these tanks become miniature ecosystems, home to frogs, insects, and even small crustaceans. The waste and remains from these animals enrich the water, providing extra nutrients for the bromeliad. Epiphytes are expert scavengers, making the most of every drop and crumb. Their ability to adapt and innovate allows them to thrive where other plants would quickly perish. Their survival depends on efficiency and creativity, turning obstacles into opportunities. Each adaptation is a testament to their resilience and ingenuity. Epiphytes show us that life can not only survive, but truly flourish, even in the most unlikely and challenging places. Air plants, or are the ultimate epiphytes. Many have almost no functional roots. They cling to branches or wires, absorbing water and nutrients entirely through their leaves. Their silvery trichomes capture moisture from rain, mist, or even fog, allowing them to survive in rainforests and deserts alike. With over 650 species, come in all shapes and sizes, from the wispy Spanish moss to spiky sculptural forms. They grow slowly, conserving resources, and use CAM photosynthesis, opening their pores at night to save water. This adaptation lets them thrive where other plants would dry out. Air plants are models of efficiency, surviving on little more than air and light. Their diversity is a testament to evolutionary success. They prove that even the sky can be a home. Orchids are the most famous epiphytes, with over 70% of species living high in the treetops. Their thick velamen-covered roots act as sponges, rapidly absorbing water and even photosynthesizing. Orchid seeds are tiny and nutrient-poor, relying on a symbiotic fungus to germinate and grow. This partnership is essential. Most orchids can't survive without their fungal allies. Their spectacular flowers aren't just beautiful, they're specialized to attract specific pollinators, ensuring successful reproduction. Some mimic insects, others offer nectar, all to guarantee their pollen reaches the right flower. Orchids are masters of adaptation, thriving in the challenging world above the ground. Their secret lives are a blend of beauty, ingenuity, and partnership. They show us the power of collaboration in nature. Mosses and lichens are the unsung heroes of the epiphytic world. They're often the first to colonize bare branches or rocks, creating the foundation for other epiphytes. Mosses act like living sponges, absorbing and slowly releasing water, helping regulate the forest's moisture. Lichens are partnerships between fungi and algae or cyanobacteria, able to survive in extreme environments. Together, they trap dust and organic matter, forming the first layer of soil on branches. This layer becomes a seedbed for orchids and other epiphytes. Mosses and lichens are ecosystem engineers, quietly building the hanging gardens of the forest. Without them, the rich communities of larger epiphytes couldn't exist. They're the patient builders of the canopy. These humble pioneers make life in the sky possible. Epiphytes are vital to forest health, not just decorations. They intercept and store rainwater, slowing its flow and preventing erosion. Their structures create habitats for countless animals, from insects to frogs and birds. Epiphytes are hotspots of biodiversity, supporting entire communities in their leaves and roots. They capture and recycle nutrients, enriching the ecosystem when they decompose. In nutrient-poor forests, their contribution is crucial. Sensitive to air quality, epiphytes are natural indicators of environmental health. A decline in their numbers signals trouble for the whole forest. These plants are essential links in the web of life. Epiphytes, plants that live without soil, are marvels of adaptation and creativity. They drink from rain and mist, feed on dust, and cling to life above the ground. Far from passive, they shape their ecosystems, support wildlife, and regulate water and nutrients. Their presence adds complexity and resilience to forests. They challenge our assumptions about what plants need to survive. Next time you see moss or a cluster of leaves on a tree, remember, you're witnessing a miracle of evolution. Epiphytes remind us that life always finds a way, sometimes suspended between earth and sky. They are nature's quiet revolutionaries, thriving where others cannot.